So you know how you were talking about that O'Reilly Auto Parts thing?
Yeah.
You know about Safelite?
No.
What? I mean, like Safelite repairs? Is
Oh,
it?
okay. Yeah. I do.
You
I
know what
do
I
know.
learned recently?
What?
You're like a giant chain. At least I think, because I saw like something online comparing all the car jingles, and they've got a whole thing all over Europe. They just go under a different name, if I remember correctly. Let me look this up just to be sure.
That's crazy. I always thought that O'Reilly was was just um was just a Southern California thing.
Oh no! I think I've seen ads from here in Ohio.
That's kind of crazy.
Speaking of, I just found out that Safelite, their headquarters are here in Columbus, and the reason that car jingle is all the same is because that big chain, they're a subsidiary of this giant chain that's based in South Africa.
Wow.
Wow, ain't that
Crazy.
crazy?
Crazy.
Well, the Wikipedia lists them as only having 27,000 employees, which I know isn't true. I know isn't true.
That's a little sus. That's kind of a sexy baka.
What are we dealing with here? Like some kind of supercar employees that
Super.
like single-handedly repair car glass in under a minute.
That'd be crazy. Like it's just like shoo shoo shoo. There, car's fixed. Car is done.
Exactly. Exactly
Car
like that, Chelsea.
car is
Exactly.
amazing. Car is amazing. I love cars. I love car based infrastructure. It's
I did,
yeah.
you under, you understand the cars are good for keeping the population down. Now you see. Now
Now
you
you
see
see. Now
how
you see.
we
Bro,
fix the population.
I was watching a fucking European movie this last week. I don't know what part of Europe. I'm assuming it's Northern Europe. It's called The Worst Person in the World. It came out like 2 years ago. I don't what fucking country? I think it was Denmark. I think I think it's a Danish movie.
Hmm.
Uh, the
Sounds
worst.
on point.
It. No, it's Norwegian. It's Norwegian.
I mean,
Yes.
good. Yeah, generally Scandinavia. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this part where she's like, where like the lead girl is just like running through like the city, and like God, there's like so much sidewalk in that city. It's crazy. There's like so much space to walk, and like the car lanes are so small and like so tight. Also, because they don't really drive big cars up there in Europe. They drive smaller cars too.
Yeah.
But it was just it blew my mind. It blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It made my heart go ba bum ba bum. I was like, oh my god, I am in love. I am in love with these Norwegians and their damn walking based infrastructure or whatever. God.
Now, there's places in the U.S. like that. I was in there on the day it was in three states, like a few months ago, I think. Might have been less than that. It actually was last month. Yeah, it was about exactly a month ago. Um, I was in three states at once. I flew out to Pennsylvania, and then I crossed over into these two little towns. One's in Pennsylvania, one's in New Jersey, and these towns are called Lambertville and New Hope, and they're very cute and walkable. My only complaint was that one of my earbuds I was wearing snagged on one of those awesome benches there, but you win some, you lose some. I could get that at the drugstore
Yeah,
for cheap.
yeah skill issue.
Skill issue, yeah.
Skill issue.
There's also parts of Columbus that are relatively walkable, although you can still kind of see what once was before the cars wrecked everything.
I know, it's awful. Horrible, awful, really bad. Not good.
You live in California, right?
I do. I live in Southern California specifically.
Oh, damn. I mean, that's the
Mm.
richest part of the country, I believe, but also like nutty.
No, it's trust me. That's why it's not good to live here.
Is it a
That's
little
why it
nutty?
sucks. That's why it sucks. That's why life here is awful.
Oh yeah. But I've heard they finished a big part of the California high speed rail, right?
I don't know. Do you think I pay attention to politics? Do you think I pay attention to what's going on in the news? Do I look like that type of person?
No. I just wonder because, like, it's good for like public transit and stuff.
I'm
Finished a
assuming.
big part of it. It's not all the way done. Yeah, I say this because I'm considering at some point in the future taking a vacation by train there, uh, somewhere in California. Although we have train here in Ohio, in Dayton, in Cincinnati, in Cleveland. I almost called it clitoris for some reason. We have in
My name is
Columbus.
Clitoris Brown, and I am back.
We don't have the train stuff in Columbus though, which is the state capital, which is bullshit. But I'm thinking I go somewhere. It does have a train. I hop on. I go all the way out to California with my girlfriend, and we find somewhere cool to hang.
Wait,
She's one state over, so wouldn't be harder for her.
where does she live?
Arizona.
Arizona. Ooh, hot, hot, hot.
Hot.
But no, I
Hot.
can't say anything. I know I have been to Arizona actually, but I was a wee small baby child. We went to the Grand Canyon. I almost walked off of it actually, funnily enough.
Damn.
Yeah, little 2-year-old me, not knowing any better.
I went to California when I was a baby, and I was apparently at the beach with Bruce Willis there at the same time. But of course, I was a baby, so I don't remember the beach or Bruce Willis.
Back when we had beaches.
We had beaches. What's happened in California?
Well, in my city, the beaches have gone to shit
Uh,
because of rising tides and just general lack of care. Um, you go down south probably. You probably down south in Ventura, like 30 miles down south, like 20 minute drive maybe. I think those beaches are still good, probably better.
ah,
Also, that's like the one of like the surfing centers of the state too. Always has been. They literally mentioned it in the Beach Boys song.
I've seen people surf in Jersey when I go there sometimes with my dad's family.
It's crazy. Jersey. Water must be cold as shit though.
It is, but you get used to it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
get
in the
used to
summer,
it.
sometimes it's warmer. I think it was bodyboarding is also what they do, which is sort of like that, but with your body, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yeah. It's pretty
It's
fun.
fun. It's fun, but again, problem is that I did that with the beaches here, and the beaches here are very rocky, so wasn't fun.
No.
Also
I
very
mean,
seaweedy. Like God, so much fucking seaweed washes up. It's so disgusting. It's like ugh. And we got all the fucking big ass oil rigs off the coast too, and those are so like. Whenever you go to the beach, you always have to check your feet for oil, and you have to get this like stuff, like this orange like gooby gone stuff, and rub it on your feet, and it's like, oh god.
damn. I've never had to deal with that in Jersey, but the worst thing I remember was one season, one summer, the tides had brought a bunch of jellyfish in, and I almost got stung before my
Oh,
dad like yanked me away. Which was cool though. He killed a bunch, and he was gonna cook them because that's what he used to do in Maine, but nobody wanted them. I'd be willing to try though, personally.
I didn't know you could eat jellyfish. That's kind of cool. Kind of
You
sick.
can, isn't it insane?
That's insane. Honestly, how the fuck do you cook that? Just
I
fry
don't
it?
know.
Do
I
you just
mean,
fry it?
my
Probably?
dad would know considering he did it.
Like, delicious jellyfish. You can be like a turtle.
Yummy jellyfish. Squeeze the jelly out of the jellyfish.
Be like SpongeBob. Be like SpongeBob.
Yeah, like SpongeBob.
Yeah, like SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Fucking dude, jellyfish are like the fucking craziest things on the planet. Honestly,
No brain ass.
no brain, just a nervous system. Literally just like a nervous system. That's all they are, and that they just chill. And they never die. They literally never die too, unless a
They
turtle eats
what?
them. Yeah, dude, jellyfish are fucking immortal.
What? Damn.
Yeah, they don't die.
I mean, if
well,
you have
well-
no brain, you've got nothing to stress you out, and stress wears you down.
They literally just chill there doing their shit, unless like a turtle comes along and eats them.
Jellyfish shells be sitting at turtle chads.
Jelly cells. Jelly cells.
Jelly cells.
Billions must float. What was that shit I posted the other day? Where it was like it was like some like fucking girl, like some girl in high school was all like, my very normal boyfriend joining my emo ass in school, and then the fucking camera panned over, and someone and then like the second slide was of her boyfriend, and then someone in the comments commented, "Whoa, it's a Chudbo Jack in real life. Billions must drive.
Billions must drive.
Billions must drive."
I mean, I totally believe that Chudbo Jack is like based on a real person. Like,
I'm pretty sure it
looks
is.
like
It
Elliot Rodger
definitely
to me,
is.
right?
I don't think he looks like Elliot Rodgers. Elliot Rodgers had like. God, I'm going to hell for saying this. Elliot Rodgers wasn't like an unattractive dude, though. That's the thing.
Hey, are you implying that the Chudbo Jack is attractive?
What do you mean the Chud? No. I'm not implying that Chudbo Jack is attractive. You need to look at this fucking guy. He looks like fucking Fogel from Superbad. That's literally. Billions must McLovin.
Billions must attend education.
Billions must attend education. Millions must get laid at party.
Billions must become a bimbo doll.
Millions must Michael Cera. Hate Michael Cera.
I feel like he was made up. Michael Cera was made in some kind of factory specifically for, quirky white women.
Someone literally just said that he's just a dude. That he's literally just a dude. There's nothing special about him. He's literally just a dude. I've never agreed with that anymore.
He looks like he's perpetually 18.
Not anymore. Maybe like, he was perpetually 18 for a while, but he is starting to undergo twink death.
No, Michael Cera twink death.
He's put on a little bit of weight. I've noticed that in his photo shoots for Barbie. He's put on a little bit of weight.
This is so sad. Can we get 500 likes?
This is so sad. Don't bring that back. Shut up. Don't bring that back.
Bring back what?
This is so sad. God. Leave it in the past. Leave it in the past.
It's already so fucking back.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! God, look at this hideous white monstrosity. What even is he? What is his ethnicity? Is he Irish? He looks Irish. What
kind of Yakubian ape is he?
What Yakubian ape is this? What species of Yakubian ape is this? I'm gonna guess he's Irish because Cera, like Cera, they just dropped the O. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Yeah, I had to explain Dr. Yakub to my mom recently. I thought it was funny as fuck.
That's wild to me.
For a bit of background, like I was telling her about the encounters I had with these missionaries on campus who were telling me about Yeshua, and I said, "Oh my God, it's like Dr. Yakub for white evangelicals." And she's like, "What's Dr. Yakub?" And I explained all that to her. I think I explained Yeshua earlier, which is specifically by saying it's Dr. Yakub for white evangelicals, because it
Michael
is.
Cera is Sicilian, Irish, Dutch, Scottish, and English.
Lay British face.
The British. He does have the British face. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You can kind of see him on that chart of like every British man, sort of. You know what I'm talking about?
No, he's literally every like Northern European rolled into one, aside from like the Irish. I can kind of see the Irish actually, a little bit. I mean the Italian. I can see the Italian.
Oh yeah, you can see it with the curly hair and stuff.
It's in the nose too. It's in the nose. He's got that Italian nose, that Italian honker.
I, I mean, to be fair, like I don't know what it is, because my family's about quarter not Jewish. Like that's specifically about half of that quarter is Scottish and half of it is Swiss, and I didn't get the Junos, it seems.
Damn. I've been like looking at pictures of my family lately. God, the Middle Eastern genetics are so weirdly strong with us. It's very interesting.
Well, I think that those are like dominant genes and stuff.
I know, but it's still interesting because it's like the only Middle Eastern person in my family was my great grandfather.
Or was he? Maybe there was more and they're just not open to it.
Oh yeah, well yeah maybe. Yeah, maybe because like also up north, a lot of Hispanic people have Middle Eastern heritage because when all the men from the Middle East came over to the Bay Area, they just took Hispanic wives for some reason.
Oh yeah. I've heard that still happens in like South America with like Arab Christians specifically moving to like Latin America and just becoming Latino.
Interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guess what the name of Michael Cera's dad is? Guess what his father's name is?
What?
Luigi. Luigi Cera.
It's a me, Luigi.
It's a me, Luigi. Oh, it's so funny. He's a god. Oh, Michael Cera. But no. About my family. Yeah, like it's really funny because like looking at like pictures of my family, we don't look Mexican. You know.
Yeah.
Like growing up, people always thought my dad was black. People always thought my dad was black because of how dark my dad is, but he's not. It's very interesting, and like my uncle, one of my uncles, like he has a beard, but you know it's that like Middle Eastern like goatee. He's got that going on. Yeah, it's very interesting.
My dad, if you look up, this is like the worst way to put it, but I don't really mind. Mediterranean man yelling at his wife in public starter pack. He's like that, except he's bald.
You could put it.
What?
It's so funny. You know what a Mediterranean man looks like when he's yelling at his wife? Oh yeah,
It's a meme I saw.
That's my
meme
dad.
I saw that I downloaded into my brain because I thought, oh my fucking god, it's accurate to my dad down to the brand of cigarettes he smokes. He's what a lot of people don't know about Jews in general is that there's no one group of Jewish people. There's a bunch of different little groups and all that stuff. And when the 40s came around, and at least here in the U.S., they stopped classifying Jews as like their own race because it was weird and cringe. And the two biggest groups of Jews are the Ashkenazi Jews of Eastern Europe and the Sephardic Jews generally from like Iberia, Southern Europe. And the Ashkenazi Jews got lumped in with white people, and the Sephardic Jews got lumped in with Hispanic people. And on that note, my dad's family is like half that, but they've been insanely in denial. And because of like inter-Jewish racism and stuff and Eurocentrism. And they went as far as to say like the reason anybody was dark in any family was because there was a black person in my mother's family that they didn't know about, which is
It's
my
whack.
my mother's family again being partly from you know half Jewish and then half like Scottish and Swiss.
I remember you like talking about it. Didn't someone in someone in your family, like your more like immediate family, like wasn't Jewish, but then they married into it, or they converted when they married or something?
Yeah, my
I
grandmother.
vaguely remember you meant the yeah.
Mm, can't believe she started out like religiously as like a Mormon. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
She just happened to meet my biological grandfather, and I say biological not because like he's I'm adopted or anything, but because he died when I was 2 from him. He had like a bunch of stomach diseases, and he was also bipolar and had complications from that. Uh, uh, where was I?
Yeah, that's all good.
But like yeah, that
Yeah. Go ahead, go
and
ahead.
she ended up becoming like so my dad's family was kind of like they did the whole Jewish gatekeeping thing, but she was also because she was like converting into like an Orthodox Jewish community or at least a semi-Orthodox community. She was by extent like more knowledgeable about the Jewish stuff than my dad's actual family. So what happened when my mom and my dad were married is like they'd say some shit to my grandma like you're not Jewish enough, you're not Jewish enough, and then like they'd come to her later like, "Oh yeah, do you know what this rabbi said about this or how do you do this specific thing?" And then they'd go back to like the "you're not Jewish enough" thing with like a straight face. It's fucked up but funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Mormonism.
Ew. I wonder
Mormonism.
what Drea has said about that since, she's grown up Mormon.
I forgot she was Mormon.
Yeah,
I know
she's from
I
like Virginia too, not
yeah
a
she's
place
from yeah
that
she's
many
Virginian. Yeah,
Mormons
she's
live.
Virginian.
Yeah.
I know a lot like on an old episode she mentioned her an experience of her going to um to Utah, and she said that it was awful.
Yeah, Utah is like, to my knowledge,
Utah scares me. Utah scares the shit out of me.
like
Like
like the most corny white place in the
it's
U.S.
literally like a Christian white. It's literally like the Christian white ethno state. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's literally what it
yeah,
is.
like I'd rather take Indiana over Utah, and that's really saying something because Indiana fucking sucks.
No,
There's a
like
ton of parts about
honestly,
it that suck.
honestly, I feel like most places in this country I could probably just like fuck with and just chill. Honestly, like
Oh yeah,
ignoring a lot
yeah.
of bullshit. But Utah is like, aside from like some places in like West Texas, which are apparently like super fucking racist and like literally just don't even go there. Um, Most other parts of Texas though, I'd be bitching. Um, but Utah's off limits for me. I refuse to go to Utah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me too. Like I would rather not touch Utah if I could. There are places in Indiana I like, and that's probably like my least favorite state. I don't even hate West Virginia more just because they're like in like the same boat Ohio is in a lot of terrible things. So like I kind of feel sympathy for them. I say as I'm from like the burbs. I'm from
Hold on. I had to look up where the fuck Indiana is.
Indiana is like Ohio but worse in every single way, basically. Like and it was also the former Klan headquarters, so there's that too.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
But
Uh,
Indiana has like gorgeous college towns and stuff. Although it's like very fucking poor, like pathetically so.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I forgot. Yeah, the South, like the deep South, you got to be careful too. But it's just that's easy though. Just stick to freeways and just don't and stick to the major cities and just don't drive at night. That's easy.
Oh yeah.
It's easy enough.
I don't mind Ohio. I think it's a pretty good place.
I
It's
could,
just
I could,
legally speaking, it sucks.
you know, white people just need to shut the fuck up.
I know, right? I
Oh,
know, right?
only in Ohio.
Christians especially. Oh my god. Like,
No,
I have
what?
kids.
No. All these fucking crackers will make shit. Will talk shit about like Ohio and Florida, but you'll never hear them. You'll never hear them say anything about Utah. Trust me. You'll never hear no one talk shit about Utah.
Because they'd rather prefer it doesn't exist. And honestly, if I was like a super cracker, I would too. Like by that I mean like your stereotypical like white evangelical Christian.
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, fucking Aryan. Remember? Oh my god, my mom and I were watching this Jewish dating show, and this guy says, um, "I'm not dating anybody unless she's first of all from the quote unquote Hispanic Jewish denomination. Second of all, she has blonde hair."
Wait, I think I might know what you're talking about. I think my mom was watching that shit last winter.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is it called? Or, that might not be the
I don't
bit, but I
remember,
know.
but like there's an Indian version and there's like a Jewish version. And they made the Jewish version after they made the Indian one. I think it's Jewish matchmaking.
Okay, no. Okay, no, that's not what my mom was. But my mom was watching like this like shit. It was basically the Jewish version of the Kardashians, and it was the most god awful shit. I don't know why the fuck she was watching it.
Hmm.
It was called like My Unorthodox Life or some shit.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's all right.
I don't know.
Obviously, Orthodox people don't always feel the greatest about it.
I mean, it's reality TV. It's probably not great.
Yeah.
My mom is so into that reality TV shit. She's always been it. Like she gets on like my sisters for like watching like YouTuber vlogs, but then she goes to watch reality TV, which it's all the same shit. You know,
Just for a different flavor of woman, I guess.
just for different generations. Like vlogging and like YouTube shit, all of that shit came out of reality TV in like the late '90s and mid 2000s. That's where all that stuff comes from. No one ever talks about that, but that's where it all comes from.
Oh, totally, totally. It's just our reinvention of it.
Yeah, I love innovation. It's the innovation, man. It's that innovation.
Innovation.
Innovation,
I
bro.
watched Quentin reviews at one point, which I mean, I don't really have that strong of an opinion about him, but a long time ago he said something like he basically made this video arguing that like Wojaks are like the modern versions of like Rage comics, and I thought,
Which
he's
they
right.
are. Which
He's
they
right.
are. Despite the fact that Wojaks have been around as long as Rage comics, but they didn't like.
They didn't take off till recently.
Yeah, they didn't take off so recently. No. What was that? What was that shit I always say? It's like, damn, someone in the late '90s. It's like the domino effect of someone in the late '90s, or like people in the late '90s finding like a random video of like a CG animated baby dancing to that one song, and then like that's the domino effect of us having to deal with like fucking Wojak memes now. That was the first meme. That was the first like internet meme too. That stupid fucking video of the baby dancing was like the first internet meme, which is insane.
Oh, I believe you totally.
It's crazy. It's crazy. No, I'm looking at a map of the country right now. Really want to know who lives in the fucking straight part of Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, well, it's like a white trash state, but it's also like the state where we dumped all our indigenous people and then took it over for white trash anyway, to my knowledge.
Probably. I also know it's like the actual cowboy place, dude, not Texas. The actual cowboy place. Cause
Oh, that's why Oklahoma and Texas hate each other so much.
yeah, but I want to know who the fuck lives in this like straight in the straight part of Oklahoma, that like little strip of land. That's the
Well, half of it is tribal land now, so half of
oh
it is like
is it tribal land? Is that what it
y-
is?
yeah, half of it is, and then the other half is like
Oh, okay, that makes sense
the
actually.
other half is like well, I mean, most of it is white trash, but like half of it is governed by the tribes now, I believe.
Yeah, I always thought it was just like empty space that was just like there.
white settlers certainly did.
Damn, a Walmart and McDonald's would look good here. Damn, I can't wait to like go out into space and like travel and like view all these beautiful planets and be like, damn, what if there was Big Mac McDonald here?
You know what Japanese tourists say about the U.S.?
What?
Damn, you really can get a burger anywhere.
Dude, no. What they say is like, damn, just like Family Guy, just like Peter Griffin.
Whoa, this is so Avengers.
So
I see the
Spider-Man.
Avengers. Yo, it's Captain America.
Just imagine like a random fucking Japanese tourist walking up to just some white dude and be like, "Oh my God, Captain America!"
Oh,
Spider-Man. Oh, that would be very funny. What was that shit I said a long time ago where it's like Japanese person in Texas? Oh, just like King of the Hill.
Well, I mean, King of the Hill is the American slice of life, so it wouldn't be wrong.
It is.
I think if I went to Texas, I'd kind of think King of the Hill in real life too.
Got it. It's funny too, because fucking Hank Hill has a Japanese half brother.
He does? Oh,
He
oh
does.
shit.
He does, because his dad, freaking Cotton Hill, when he was in World War II, when they were occupying Japan, he met a Japanese woman and he banged her and impregnated her, and bam. Hank half brother. He has two half brothers actually, because he has a little fucking baby half brother, and then and then there's Japanese half brother. This is the King of the Hill lore episode. I know, because I watched King of the Hill, dude.
I don't think there's any shame in that. It's goated.
Goated. Aside from kind of racism. Kind of.
Yeah. With Khan, I believe.
Yeah, Khan. Not John Redcorn, because they actually got a fucking indigenous dude to voice John Redcorn, but I don't know why they just jipped out on Khan.
Oh, is it a white guy?
Yeah, a white dude voices Khan.
What about his daughter? What about Connie?
Yeah, I think also voiced by a white girl.
Huh.
Kind of sucks.
Well, that sucks.
Actually, you know what I always think about?
What?
Freaking Last Airbender.
Oh no!
No. It's so ironic to me because you know how people you know the shitty like live action movie.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how people always like go after it because it's like, oh, people whitewashed it.
Yeah.
But then you look at the voice cast for the cartoon, and
It's all white.
Yeah. Literally, I think the only two voice actors in the Last Airbender who were Asian were Zuko's voice actor was Filipino, and I was voice actor as Asian. But aside from that, I'm pretty sure almost everyone else is white.
I see.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking about, I was talking to this Becca about this too, about what the casting they made for the English dub of Persona 4, about how like everybody in that cast except for the guy who happens to play the villain and the main character are Asian. I mean white. They're all white, and the main villain, the guy who they cast to play the main villain, is Asian.
I mean, those are dubs though. Those are dubs though. Dubbing is weird.
Yeah. I mean, well, to be fair with that, with voice acting, like the argument I've heard is that it's voice acting. You don't necessarily have to look that same, look to play that. Although
that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit.
Better to be from that background.
Like if I watched a Mexican cartoon and I found out some dude with blue eyes and blonde hair was voicing a dude who's supposed to be Mexican, I'd feel so pissed.
I see. I see. You,
Yeah, I'm looking at.
this is a safe space for me to say this without being mocked or teased. But one thing I do not like about Jewish characters in fiction is that they're all dorks. All of them I hate. Well, most of them are, at least the ones I'm aware of, and it gets so irritating so
Let me
quickly.
think. I have to think.
What?
Uh, let me think on that. Let me think. I have to think about. Inglorious Bastards. Those guys
What?
were dorks.
Who?
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, well, that's different. They're not
Oh, well,
dorks. I'm thinking
that's
about
the.
like other stuff. That's so fucking funny to imagine. Imagine going back to like 1940 and like or 1944, I think actually, and like going back to like the Inglorious Bastards time. Going back to 1944 and participating in the D-Day landings, being all, "This is so Inglorious Bastards." I had my great granduncle was in the D-Day landings. I wonder what would happen if I took a time machine to him and I said, "This is so Inglorious
This is
Bastards."
so Saving Private Ryan.
I don't mind making fun of that dude. I heard he was like just a god awful person when he got home, partly from PTSD, but just that he was a bad person in general.
Who your great uncle or
Great granduncle, yeah.
a great uncle? Let me think. I'm looking at my list of favorite movies right now. Yeah, I don't think many of them feature too many characters who are explicitly Jewish. Um, right now, I'm watching Babylon 5.
What?
Right now, I'm watching Babylon 5. The main girl in that, she's Jewish,
Ah.
and then that's kind of like a big part of her character. She's
Oh.
she's Russian Jewish, which is interesting.
Like good part of my family, yeah. Like a good part of it, not the good part of it. Not the good part of it.
Yeah,
A good
I
part of it. No, go ahead.
it's actually one of like the key differences between Babylon 5 and Star Trek is that I feel like human religion because it's a sci-fi series and like there's like humans but also like a ton of aliens and shit. Human religion I feel like comes up a lot more than it ever really did in Star Trek.
Well, aren't they like space communists in Star Trek?
Basically. Yeah, no, except for like like all the alien races and shit, they all have their like a few things, but because because in Babylon 5, the main girl, she's openly Jewish, and then and then there's this one episode in season 1 because I'm only one season in right now, so um yeah, at the end of one episode, because the people because it's basically this giant space station. If you've never seen it, and for those who haven't seen it, so basically, Babylon 5 is about this space station, and it's kind of like a center point for like human alien relations.
Oh.
And
I think I've heard of that for some reason.
you probably have. It's kind of like a cult following show. It's a 90s era sci-fi series. But yeah, yeah. So, but there was this one episode that was about kind of like they were doing a cultural exchange with like all the aliens.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, the commander of the station introduced all of the alien ambassadors to kind of representatives from most of Earth's religions.
Right.
Yeah, which was very interesting to me because again, Star Trek never really did anything like that. Which I'm not saying is like I'm not criticizing Star Trek for that. Star Trek is probably my favorite franchise of all time.
Oh yeah.
A great, super progressive series. Honestly, probably the most progressive series I've ever seen. Up until Enterprise, and then they decided to throw everything out the window for some reason. We don't talk about that.
With them being space communists, and therefore we can speculate that they're atheists. Do you ever think any character, and I'm not particularly religious myself, so when I joke about atheists, I'm not shitting on them. Do you ever think there's like a point where one of the characters in Star Trek goes like, "This is my grandfather," and it's like a picture of an ape or something?
No, I don't think that. Again, I'm not really sure about how religion in the Society of the Federation works.
The Federation is, I mean, it's not just humanity. That's right. It's like a bunch of other.
Yeah, it's a bunch of. It's like most of the galaxy's aliens. Or well, most of the, because again, the galaxy in Star Trek is fucking huge. Like the known region of the galaxy that they know of is only like a small percent of the galaxy as a whole.
Yeah, just like real life.
Just like real life. So like the Federation is the main part of it. You know that's where the main series takes place. But then, you know, later on we get to meet like there's like the Klingon Empire, and there's the Romulans and the Romulan Empire and the Cardassian Empire. So you know there's
Cardassians.
I know I laughed my head when I got to that too. But yeah, the Federation is the main part. Also, there's the Ferengi, who are like super ultra capitalists, which is really funny. Yeah, but yeah, the Federation is where the main series takes place, and again, one of the key takeaways of the Federation is that they don't have money.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest space communist thing about.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. They don't have money. So yeah, but again, I don't really know what. I don't really know how they view religion necessarily. I'm assuming very respectful, because like a lot of the characters in Star Trek, or at least on the main parts of the crew, for the most part, they're very respectful of each other.
Yeah.
I'd have to look into it. I'm pretty sure Gene Roddenberry was Jewish. The dude who created Star Trek.
The guy who made the show?
Yeah, the dude who originally created it.
Oh, that's cool. All I remember about the dude who created it is that he was like a fighter pilot in World War II. I'm not sure if he was an ace, but like he was a fighter pilot in World War II. Like
I didn't know that. Actually, that makes a lot of sense now. That's why he made Star Trek. Religious views. Okay, no, never mind. He was a Baptist.
You're probably thinking of Ron Sterling, who was Jewish, but he converted to Catholicism later, which is weird.
That is very
The guy who made the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Also a very great writer.
He is. Certainly.
Probably one of the greatest writers of all time, honestly. Okay, no. Gene Roddenberry wasn't Jewish. He was.
Gene Wilder?
No, Gene Roddenberry, the dude who created Star Trek. Gene Wilder is Jewish, definitely.
Yeah.
Also a goat.
Who's a goat? Yeah.
Will always be the superior Willy Wonka. Will always be the superior Willy Wonka.
Jeff Selsby stealing over Wilder Teds.
Also, Chaminette sells now because they're doing another fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
I
show.
don't know why they're still making new Willy Wonka stuff. I wonder, like, what's the market for that?
It's like an origin story for Willy Wonka, and it has Timothy Chalamet in it. So you're going to be watching it, and you're going to be consistently reminded how hideous French people are.
That is true though. Like you're not wrong.
No, every time I feel ugly, all I have to do is just remind myself that thankfully I'm not French.
Or like, I remember you know the cat named Finger. Like the real name is Winston, but like Finger basically, right?
Like yeah, like an Oriental cat.
Yeah. I heard somebody like I saw a tweet by somebody who said that he looks like a French person. Like that's what I was thinking of when you said hideous French people.
Hideous French people. French people and their bushy eyebrows and their bony rat faces.
That's why Ratatouille was set around Paris.
Oh my god, kitty named Finger. Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Hmm?
Look, oh, kitty named Finger. Look at them.
Is it in your server? I mean,
Yes, yeah, it is, it is.
hold on, I'll pause my game to do that.
Podcast funny text.
Grab my phone, which is right here. Texting trans person I bumped into in the mall. Yeah. Starting it because this phone is gay as fuck. Not
Gay
in a good
phone.
way.
Homophobic toward the phone.
Cell phone homophobia.
Cell phone homophobic. Cell phone.
Cell phone.
Cell phones seething over flip chats.
Cell phone cells be seething over cup on a string, Chads.
Oh god, that's crazy. Did that shit actually work? I think we tried that shit as a kid. I don't remember if we were able to get it to work or not. The cup on a string.
Oh yeah, I think it can work. I just haven't seen it work in person because I never.
It had to be a myth. It had to be a
myth. When I was little, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool.
I know, it seems pretty cool. And they would do it on like the cartoons and shit, and it's like getting my hopes up. And look at these Oriental cats. These things are so weird.
French people, when they were asked to do something other than be anti-Semitic and go on strike.
Oh shit! Oh, wait, hold on. Can you keep it going? My dad's calling me.
Okay, so. I think the whole reason that Ratatouille was ever set around Paris was because the rats it would be easier for the audience to sympathize. Like you don't have to like like what they did with Avatar, like the the evil alien movies, like the white savior alien movies, is where they had to make the aliens look kind of like people to get their sympathy. Like in Ratatouille, like the characters are French people. You don't need to like humanize the rats in order to make them look like humans. They're already in Paris. They're in the land of rats. Paris, I've heard, is like the most underwhelming city in the world. And if you look it up, there's something called Paris syndrome, which mainly affects Japanese tourists, where like people become so fucking disappointed that they have they fall on the ground and they have strokes and seizures and hallucinations and shit because they hate it so much. It's just so overwhelming. Oh, I'm getting a phone call too. Hold on. I'm gonna step out. Actually, isn't that funny?
Andy, where's the cat? Oh, here he is. Oh shit. Hi. Can Dad come see the cat? Can Dad come see the cat? Okay. Don't tell Mom.
Where she got down. I don't think he wanted to get down.
Hey, well, man, what's going on? Yeah, what you do? This is it, huh? Do you have left, huh? Yeah. Get off here on the carpet. I think it's family, man.
Why did you get up? You've been laying on bed all day. You shush.
You should take it down and get him outside one more time. Can you get him up? Can you pick him up? Yeah, see if you can pick him outside one more time. What's that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, get him outside and look, get a little sun. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah. Some invited you. Hey, young man.
He's off my bed.
Get him outside, Kevin, put him outside, just let him sit there and get some sun. He's already been outside for that. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know, so I can get up there. Some drop. Which one, the drop or the smaller? Okay. Wanna go outside? You should go outside for a while, buddy. There you go.
He was drinking it earlier.
I'll go back to bed, man.
Finish the whole year. Give me a little fun on the sun one more time. Let it happen. What time do you guys want to eat there?
At the bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have my little lacrosse team over right now.
Oh, the heck, really? For the whole family?
I don't know. But
We'll do it now.
it's not as big as yeah.
Have fun. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know what time it's good, we'll talk about. Bye, Dad.
Alright, I'm back. I have. Rebecca, are you there? Okay, well now it's just me. I can't remember what the fuck for the life of me I was talking about. Oh, who the fuck was shiny hoodoo on fucking Moo Day? Well, that's sick. Goddamn, Moo Day bot. Goddamn waifu bot. I've turned like a fucking Jedi, dude.
Well, he got back on the bed.
Alright. We are back. We are here. I guess there have been crickets chirping for a little bit. Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck we were talking about. We were talking about like some states and bullshit, like drama between states or whatever. We were talking about like countries and fucking shit, some shit like that. How long have we been recording for? Almost an hour. We record for like another half hour, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know where the fuck Rebecca is. But yeah. Working it out, doing things.
What the heck's that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, we were talking about like some like movie and some shit. I remember we were fucking we were talking about The Worst Person in the World, which is a movie, a movie I watched last week. Very good movie. It's a Norwegian movie, as I mentioned. Yeah, really good movie. Kind of sad, depressing, funny. It is a love story. It is a love story. A love story. And very very interesting. Yeah, really good movie. Really sad. Very creatively made. And it's like a story in 12 chapters, which I thought was pretty sick, pretty cool. Um, the main lady in it was kind of fine too, honestly. But then like one of her love interests was this like really ugly dude with hideous facial features, and I'm like, oh god, the Anglo man. I cannot handle the Anglo.
It says.
Shh. Um, but yeah, worst person in the world. Very good movie. Might be in my top 100 at the end of the year. We would have to see what the future holds for. But yeah, we'll see how things play out, how things go. But yeah, top 100 movies is coming. Probably. It will probably happen. I will. I think I'll definitely do it. I can. I will do that. I will do that. I don't know if I'll do that on an episode of the podcast, but you know, it might happen. It might happen. It might happen. I don't know. Let's see. What movies have I watched this last week? I now have 71 movies eligible for the top 100. This morning I rewatched Trainspotting because I was just in the mood for it, and I was just like, oh god, I need to relax my brain. I need to watch I need to watch a favorite movie. And so I just rewatched Trainspotting. Oh god, it's such a fucking brilliant movie. It's such a creative movie. It's honestly, it's one of the best portrayals of drug addiction that I've ever seen in anything. Honestly, it is very comedic with its execution, but I think it's a great movie. If Lelia were here, if Lelia got her ass on here,
What
she'd
is it we're talking about?
I'm talking about movies. I'm talking about
Also,
fucking.
I want to apologize for the 13-minute gap on my part. Trans friend of mine called me.
Oh, 13 minutes. You say, oh.
We're gonna have to cut
Whoops.
that.
I can't cut anything. I don't have the technology for that. I might actually. I'd have to check. But
Yeah.
I think we should call this episode "In My Silent Era." Then. In My Silent Era. What's the episode title?
Damn, what a fire episode.
What a fire episode. God, no, that's been crossing my mind lately.
What?
God, okay. What do you think what historically speaking, what is the key to making a big Hollywood blockbuster that makes a lot of money at the box office, Ben? What is that key to success?
Either building on something that's really popular or doing something that hasn't been done before.
Racism.
Oh, that too.
That's the key. No, literally the first major Hollywood blockbuster. Who can take a guess as to what it is?
I know what it is. The name is on the tip of my tongue. Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. Yeah. That was the first major Hollywood blockbuster, and it's the most fucking racist shit ever.
Isn't it like Racism the movie?
It literally is just racism in the movie. So basically what it's about. I'm looking at literally the poster for this is a KKK dude riding on a KKK horse.
Yeah, it's Klan propaganda.
It's literally Klan propaganda, and everyone fucking loved it. It
Well,
made
the
so
only-
much money. It made so much money for the time.
Aside from the fact that everybody was racist back then, it was also like, at least white people were. You know, I think it was the first movie that had like a soundtrack. I think.
Maybe I'm not sure. Well, because all silent films had music. So, or well, it might have been the first movie that had like a soundtrack specifically composed for it or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh my god, the dudes who directed this, their names are D.W. Griffith and Thomas Dixon Jr. Those are
DW
those-
from Arthur.
Ironic because she became a cop at the end.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking Izumanga. Azumanga, whatever the fuck that is. I don't get that show. I don't get why that show just decided to randomly become popular. It's so weird.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people have already liked it. Arthur wasn't weird to me. I liked it when I was a kid.
Man, Arthur was the shit.
Yeah. You know what was fucking weird to me though?
What?
Flapjack. I just couldn't get into it. It was
Flapjack is a really weird show.
It was like people would show you Flapjack clips and be like, "Bro, I remember this. The good old days of sitting back and watching this." And
It's the
some
most
shit,
fucking-
it'll be like
it's-
the weirdest fucking shit you.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest, like, grossest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flapjack is such a weird show. Like, cause what was the other big Cartoon Network show from that era? Chowder.
Chowder. Yeah.
I think Chowder was kind of like the last like classic traditional Cartoon Network series.
You wanna
yeah,
say about,
that-
like regular show was one.
No,
of those?
Regular show is not in that same style as Chowder. Like compare like regular show to like Chowder. Well, compare regular show to like Billy and Mandy and like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, that
like,
doesn't
that
make
stuff.
sense.
Yeah, it doesn't line up. But compare Chowder to those shows, and you know it lines up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But so like Chowder and Flapjack were like the era right before Adventure Time and regular show like really took over. I feel like yeah. So like Chowder, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, but I feel like Chowder was kind of like it was kind of like the last traditional show that Cartoon Network ever really made in like their old classic style. But I feel like Flapjack was kind of like testing the waters for like Adventure Time and regular show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like look at like the weird, outlandish, and like just bizarre humor in Flapjack, and then look at regular show. You can kind of see like the stepping stones, you know. Really weird.
Kind of thought Chowder was weird when I was younger, but I don't think it was anywhere near as weird as Flapjack.
Yeah, like Chowder, it has like weird show. Like there's a fucking the dude has a fucking pet fart cloud.
Oh my god.
That's weird, but
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah, but it's like it's like lighthearted though. It's like lighthearted and it's funny and it's silly.
But, like,
But-
like when you-
It's literally the polar opposite of Flapjack.
Yeah, like Flapjack, you could like. I'm pretty sure if you watched that on an acid trip, you would like fucking die.
Probably. God, like look at fucking Flapjack's art style and like its aesthetic. It's so grimy.
Yeah, like it,
I don't-
it switches so quickly between like cartoony goofiness and then like just the gunk you would find at the bottom of a World War I era trench.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen another cartoon from a Cartoon Network that looks like it. I mean, old Nickelodeon, like old Nickelodeon shows, like thinking back on it now, they were a little grimy too, kind of.
Like what specifically? If you're, no.
Maybe not grimy, but kind of like urban, more urban influenced, I guess. I feel like that was kind of like the vibe a lot of old Nickelodeon shows had.
Oh yeah, like was Hey Arnold a Nick thing?
Yeah, Hey Arnold was a Nick thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but those were more urban. Like Flapjack is just like, ugh, god. Flapjack is like a rotting tooth.
Yeah.
So weird though. I feel like I understood Flapjack when I was a kid though. I feel like I like got it more.
Yeah. I like when I was younger. I never understood what it was. The other thing I did when I was younger with kids TV is that I avoided Nick like the plague. Like I just fuck. Aside from like SpongeBob and shit, like I fucking hated all like the Nick and Disney Channel sitcom shit.
I thought you were talking about like Nick cartoons, but I mean sitcoms, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, you didn't watch iCarly and Drake and Josh?
Jake and Josh.
Jake and Shrosh.
No, I didn't.
It's
She eye on my Carly till I. Fucking.
Didn't they do like an adult remake or like an adult remake of iCarly recently?
I don't know, but I would believe that if you asked me, if you told me about that.
I think I heard about that. Kind of whack. Kind of silly. Silly.
Silly.
Slay queen. Sorry.
I'm like that. To be honest, I'm like unironically like that. We've been no. I'm a girl fag. True dyed in the wool girl fag.
Make sure to hit the slay button. What's the Tumblr post where like it's from like some like RuPaul mobile game, and it's RuPaul saying make sure to hit the slay button, and someone reblog, someone was all like I can't remember what it was, but it's like it was something about fucking RuPaul's oil fracking. It's funny.
What?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know about that.
You didn't know RuPaul has stock in oil fracking?
I didn't.
Crazy.
I don't know all that much about RuPaul, to be honest with you.
I don't know much about RuPaul either. I don't watch that shit, but I just know that it has stock in oil fracking, or owns an oil fracking business or something for some reason.
What the fuck?
It happens.
What? Like why?
I don't know. I don't what go ahead. I don't know.
Like I'm not questioning you. It's just what the fuck? Like, why would RuPaul do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Honestly. This is random shit.
What a peculiar thing to hear about.
I thought everyone knew that, honestly. Oh god. I thought that was like a widely known thing, but I guess not.
To me, it wasn't. She ruined my Paul till I drag race.
This is what you get for ruining Mel Gibson for me.
Yeah. This is what
Never gonna let that go. Never gonna let that go. Never gonna let that go.
Mel Gibson, drinking an anti-Semitism incident.
Do not ask Chelsea what Mel Gibson's views on Jews and gay people are. God, there was a joke about Mel Gibson in the Boondocks. I can't remember what it was. I think. Have you ever seen the Boondocks?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you understand it? Probably not.
Yeah, I do. It's like black people self-criticizing black culture. Is that correct?
Kind of. I mean, yeah. Sadly, they don't have a Mexican version. You should make a Mexican version. I should make a Mexican version.
You should.
I should. Should. No, I always think about that shit you said like a long time ago, where you were all like how the Japanese like American style of cyberpunk is like super super fucking overdone,
Yeah.
which is very true. It's literally the only cyberpunk aesthetic, honestly.
Gotta eat those noodles in the rain in Chinatown.
Yeah, and nice Blade Runner reference. Fucking love that movie. The movie's so lit.
I should see it. I bet it's not that bad.
It's really good. I really like it. I don't like the new one with Ryan Gosling. I think that movie's boring as shit. Oh god, so many men are at my door trying to lynch me.
Straight men with their homosexual, like, there's compulsory homosexuality.
All the Sigma males are trying to lynch me now.
Compulsory heterosexuality for most queer people, and straight men have Ryan Gosling as their like compulsory homosexuality.
Quote unquote straight men, quote unquote men, or
the way you can tell if a man is straight or gay is because they're great. Like if you told a gay man you think Ryan Gosling's hot, you could hear him snoring.
Ryan Gosling is not that hot, honestly.
You think he's hot?
No, I don't think he's hot. I don't think he's that hot. Just a
right.
generic hunky white man. Generic hunky white man.
He's just a guy.
He's just a dude. No. He's not just a dude. Again, he's kind of a hunk. He's kind of a hunk. He's not like Michael Cera. Michael Cera is just a guy. Michael Cera is just a guy. Ryan Gosling is a little bit more than a guy, you know?
Right.
Granted, literally in a lot of his movies, though, Ryan Gosling plays a dude who is literally just a guy.
So
like
he's got that image.
Like fucking Drive, he's literally just a dude who drives. That's the movie.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad I'm never gonna watch that shit. I'm never gonna watch that fucking movie. If you make a movie about a dude who drives, I've already lost interest. Like Taxi Driver.
It's time to drive.
It's time to drive. I love it when the dude says it's time to drive. No, fucking Taxi Driver. Don't ask Chelsea about her feelings on Taxi Driver.
You think it's mid?
I think it's so fucking. It's boring. It's boring. Do you like Taxi Driver?
I've never seen Taxi Driver.
Okay. I was about to say, are you trying to tell me that Taxi Driver is a good movie?
No, I've
Are
never.
you trying to tell me that Robert De Niro is a good actor? He's not. He's not. God, literally every movie he's in is like every movie that has Robert De Niro in it is not as interesting as it could be. Like he's been in a couple of okay movies, like he was in Godfather Part 2, which is a good movie, but is brought down by the fact that it has Robert De Niro in it. Not that actor, not good actor. Or like Heat, also like pretty solid movie, brought down by the fact that it has Robert De Niro in it. God, fucking Al Pacino. Al Pacino outperforms him in both the movies he's been in with Robert De Niro. Because he's Al Pacino, and Al Pacino on top.
Can't go wrong with a name like Al Pacino.
Cannot go wrong with Al Pacino. You literally just can't. He's the GOAT. He's literally always on top. Name one bad Al Pacino performance in Jack and Jill. Shut up. Jack and Jill is the best movie of all time.
Is that an Adam Sandler movie?
That is an Adam Sandler movie.
It was like, that's why I recognize the name.
People say it's one of the worst Adam Sandler movies, but I beg to disagree. Because it has Al Pacino in it, where he does the freaking Dunkachino Dunkin' Donuts commercial, and it's the best thing ever. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's the best movie. He's the best. You cannot go wrong with him. You cannot go wrong.
Every time I think about Adam Sandler, I think about the fucking the fucking Filthy Frank episode about him.
Oh, I don't think I remember that one.
He did I think it was one of the older ones. He did an episode
It might have been one of the older ones.
about like Adam Sandler. It was so fucking funny. I think where like Adam Sandler like starts haunting him. I think they have if I remember correctly.
No, Adam Sandler. God, no, I saw like a meme, and then someone commented on it on like how Adam Sandler is actually like a hustler genius. Because people are like, oh, why does Adam Sandler always make bad movies? But here's the thing: he literally started his own studio so he could mass produce bad movies and always make money off of it. He's a genius. He's a hustler. He's a true hustler.
I mean, that is correct.
Grown-ups. Funny Adam Sandler, but yet so much to think about. Hustlers must watch. Hustlers must watch. Turn into a fucking AK-47 there, Jesus.
Sometimes I haven't laughed like that in forever, but like the laugh I usually do that weirds people out is like the hissing, like
Sometimes I have a really Mexican ass laugh. Like you can really hear the huh on my voice when I laugh. You can really hear the huh. Could also be the Middle Eastern. Actually, no. Well, no, that actually makes sense because a lot of Spanish culture is actually directly tied to Middle Eastern culture. Cool. Anyways, we should answer some questions because how long have we been recording for? Almost an hour and a half. Almost an hour and a half. That's a pretty good episode. Let's answer. We got 2 questions. 2 questions. Oh, hold on. Let me check our emails. We never get any fucking emails though, because people hate us. We have some haters. We're hated. No emails. Yes, suck. Our fans hate us.
many such cases.
Many such cases. Okay. Well, sadly, Shitstagram isn't loading for some reason.
Me too. I'm having that problem too.
Bra momento.
Well, I mean, it's a relief to know it's not just my problem.
Un bra momento. What the fuck do you mean 3/4 of my profile are complete? What do you mean find more people to follow? I follow fucking so many people. Get lost. Okay, well, Zuckerberg is being a cuck right now, so I guess, it's fine though. I remember what questions. I remember the questions because we only got 2. So, okay, so I don't know how the fuck to say his username because it's some freaking Japanese shit. And this white man with the Japanese username because why not? But Xander wants us to talk about fucking Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run. It's bad. I talked about it last episode. It's bad. It sucks. Zeb smells and the suffering Spider-Man. It's awful. It's hideous. It is so bad. Don't read. They're killing off Kamala Khan for some reason. I don't fucking know why. It's the worst decision that Marvel has ever made. It's up there. It's the most out of left field, but it's not a good out of left field. It is bad. Do not read it. Just stop giving them the money. They should cancel that shit. This die. Die, Zeb Wells, die!
Damn.
Should die!
Like killing him with your mind.
I am doing that. I'm fucking Professor Xing this shit right now. I'm like, I am reaching out with my telepathy. I'm going to fucking mind fuck him so hard that blood is gonna start gushing out of his eyeballs and his ears, and he's gonna like, y'all know the movie Scanners? That's what's gonna happen to him. His head's gonna go boom. But yeah, it's bad. Don't read it. Bad trash. And then Larcelyn, who could be recording with us, but no, she's lame. Lamlia Elselyn asked us about Wizards of Waverly Place, the old Disney Channel show.
I haven't seen that, but it seems kind of cute.
It was kind of a fucking crazy show, actually. Some crazy shit happens in that show.
Like what?
There's this one episode where like an asteroid is supposed to crash into Earth and like kill all of humanity, but so they get like an ultimatum where it was like they can go into the wizard world and they can only bring like one of their friends, and so they had to like make that tough decision. Kind of crazy shit, and there was all this shit with like angels and like fallen angels and shit, and there was lots of like destroying the world and stuff.
I thought this was like one of those iCarly-ass Disney sitcoms, though.
It is a Disney sitcom. It's a Disney sitcom, but with wizards. There was. Let me think of what else. Oh yeah, Selena Gomez is in it because that's how she got her start.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The main her older brother character fucks a werewolf girl. That's kind of crazy. I think there are vampires or something. Oh yeah, they're a vampire. Oh, no, she wasn't a werewolf. She was a vampire. And they ran like a subway sandwich shop in like inside of like a remodeled train station, which was kind of crazy.
Kind of cool.
It was kind of cool. This all takes place in New York, I think. By the way.
Oh, that's completely in character then. Nothing out of the blue.
Yeah, nothing out of the blue. I think they were like Hispanic or Italian or maybe mixed or something. They were probably like Hispanic or some shit. There's one episode. There's like one whole like season story arc where like Selena Gomez's like little brother character turns into a girl.
Based.
I know, literally based. Because, like, God, could you imagine, this shit came out like 10, 15 years ago. Could you imagine if that happened today? Like, back then, no one fucking turned an eye at it. Did you see this? Bless you.
No, I was screaming woke at the top of my lungs, like, angrily.
Cool. I thought you sneezed. But, yeah, could you imagine if that shit happened today?
Nah, nobody would like that. Well,
There would be so much freak out, but this happened back in the day.
Nobody aside from us.
Nobody aside from us. Bro, this happened back in the day, and no one fucking batted an eye. No one said shit. God, it's crazy. Craziness, wild, and outlandish nonsense. It's insane. Imagine what Tucker would think. Imagine what Tucker would say.
It's so funny that, like, Tucker's been fired by, like, even Fox thinks he's gone too far.
No. He admitted that like a lot of the views that Fox promotes aren't his own views. He just does it for the money. He just does it for the money, just to get paid.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Which is like probably true for like most of those guys.
Oh totally.
They did a fucking episode of the Boondocks about that shit too.
Oh, they predicted it? Oh, this is so woke.
Yeah, no, they did. No, Boondock predicted a lot of fucking shit. Who's the main blonde bitch from Fox News? Who's that?
I don't know, but I do know who you're talking
Yeah, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, they did like a parody of her and like and they were doing like a parody of the news and shit. Yeah, they did like a parody of that where she like where she like admitted she was like, oh yeah, I don't actually really care for all this shit. I just do it for the money. And the funny thing was that she was saying all this like racist shit, but she was like fucking like she like only fucked like black dudes, which is really funny. As most white women in the Boondocks tend to. But yeah, shout out to Boondocks. Shout out to Aaron McGregor, the creator of that shit. Actually, honestly, watching like Boondocks episodes is so funny because like you watch it and you get to the credits and you see a bunch of fucking Korean names. Because for those who don't know, a lot of cartoons in the back of days, at least shows in that quote unquote American anime style, technically aren't American; they're actually Korean. So, hamburger shonen, I believe, is the terminology we're using now. But yeah, like Teen Titans, Powerpuff Girls. What else was there? Samurai Jack, Avatar. Avatar was literally a Korean show. Yeah, Boondocks was animated over there. Because it was cheap. They did all that because it was cheap to outsource it.
Yeah.
I think Young Justice still. I think a lot of those DC animated series are still animated in Korea. Yeah. I think the only like American cartoon that wasn't animated in Korea was Korra. Korra was animated by Madhouse, I think.
Well, I mean, didn't Korra suck though? To be fair.
Korra kind of sucks. Which is a shame. It did things. It was a show. Yeah. But
Korra, my legend till I.
Avatar. Yeah. Anyways, we've been recording for an hour and a half now. I think this is a good spot to end.
I agree.
It is, yeah. Anyways, please hit that slay button.
Bye.
And, yes, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Esther. Or Rebecca.
And this has been People with Valid Opinions. Fuck my own intro. My own outro. This has been People with Valid Opinions. And we will see you all at some point in the future. Please take care of yourselves.
Goodbye.